a good sign.
My name's Steve Powers. I'm an artist, I'm a sign painter, I'm a writer, and I'm a man about the Brooklyn town.
Hey, we're going to the Brooklyn Museum.
I've been painting in Brooklyn since the late 90s, mid 90s. The first things I did in Brooklyn, to paint in Brooklyn, was I would go out to the furthest reaches. I'm talking Flatbush, I would talk Brownsville, Fulton Avenue, Nostrand Avenue, did various parts of Brooklyn, and I was painting. It was graffiti in its approach in that it was illegal, but I was just painting my name, ESPO, in a very clear, direct way. I was painting on gates, I was painting over graffiti, painting the gates silver, and then with a few strokes of a brush, making it say ESPO. Brooklyn Museum is, you know, I always knew it was a special place, but being able to work in the Brooklyn Museum, you really get to see how many people are really, really impacted. Give you a tour of Icy Songs and show you what we have in stock. This actually I painted in Coney Island. This was in the aftermath of Katrina. This was a couple that were escaping the flood with whatever they could salvage from their house on a door. And you can't see it here, but in the original photograph, those are all cans of beer. I thought it was interesting that when they made the run for it, they brought all the beer. And there is a lighter, there is an ashtray. And it says it all. Happy hour is every hour with you. This is a series of paintings. These are all enamel and aluminum. They're 8 by 10 inches. I painted these, every one of these I painted in the course of a day. Hence the name they have is, they are called daily meditations. And they were meant to be painted very fast. That's really where it's at. That's beautiful. Flat files. These are all filled with prints. Something for every home. It's drag yourself to work day, fellas. Thanks for making it. This is the paint. We use a fair amount of this paint. It's called One Shot. This is a sign painter's enamel. It used to have lead in it. Since it no longer has lead in it, and since it no longer works as good as it used to, I've moved over to this style of painting, which is acrylic on canvas. But when I was painting enamel and aluminum, it's a fairly, as far as painting goes, you know, if I make a mistake, I can fix it. I can wipe it off, or I can cover it real quick and move on. But in acrylic, you don't have that luxury. Like, you know, this is a watercolor painting, so if I make a mistake, like, I'm done. It's over. Here's an inside tip: when you paint on canvas, it's worth more money. And I think I have no idea. I won't even say why, but that's what they say. This is another style of painting. This is a very Brooklyn sign painting right here. These are plexiglass trimmed letters, trimmed with plexiglass. They're hand cut, they're hand trimmed, they're hand mounted. And then I'm going to paint on top of this. I'm going to paint enamel. I'm going to turn all these into painted icons. And we'll put a frame on it, and we're going to take this out to Coney Island. It's going to be part of the Coney Island Art Walls this year. That's it. What else needs to be said? That's it.